I'm Charles Sturgis.
And I'm Will Plows, and welcome to episode 11 of the Drive-By Podcast.
We're entering double figures and we're cracking on well.
Yeah, I'm enjoying it.
Oh, it's
Really, I'm enjoying it. Enjoying our studio.
I'm still enjoying your company.
Are you?
Much. Yeah.
That's a big compliment from you, Charles. I'm hating yours.
We normally start with... Thank you for that. We normally start with some F1 news.
We do, but there's been a race last week, but it was
which wasn't very interesting.
Wasn't
but off track, there's been more interesting stuff.
Yeah, there has.
Williams has been sold.
Yes, there is.
They will be now Dorilton Capital Racing.
What's your opinion on that? Them being sold?
It's a bit sad, I think.
Being sold to the Doritos group.
Dorilton Capital, that's what it is.
Did they disclose how much they sold it for?
No, I couldn't find that.
I couldn't find it either.
Big sum. It's good to get Frank Williams to sign on to that. It's going to be big.
Well, because Claire said over her dead body that they have to sign it off. But I think...
if anyone's going to kill her, Frank's going to.
Very true. Yeah, I think they've done a very good thing. I think they've stuck by their employees, stuck by their brand, and are just securing the future for their Formula 1 team.
Yeah, they have.
So I think hats off to them, really. I just really hope it pays off.
All they've got is different paymasters now. They keep their name,
yeah.
Keep it Williams, keep the FW prefix on their cars.
Keep the headquarters.
And where is it? Grover, is it? I think it's called Grover.
Isn't it Wantage?
Is it?
Yeah.
I think it's called Grover, the place that they're in. Anyway, but them and the rest of the teams have signed for the Concord agreement, which has gone well.
Good news. I'm amazed Haas did. I didn't think Haas would.
Just pack it in?
I thought they'd pack it in because they've had such a bad run. Two really subpar drivers.
Yeah.
Which they aren't performing whatsoever.
K-Mag and the man who crashes constantly.
Yeah. Roman Crashshawn.
Roman Crashshawn. Well, you think of it, his name is actually Roman Big John, isn't it? Grosjean.
Is it?
Gros. French, Roman...
Big John.
Big John. Roman Big John. Anyway. Ferrari have signed. I think they've come out the winner for this, so they're all signed. But
they always come out the winner. Ferrari will always come out the winner in Formula 1.
Yeah, that's true. They'll be going on 1,000 Grand Prix. I think it's Mugello that they cross over.
Because we mentioned that in Mugello's Masked Men.
Did we?
Yeah, our first ever video recorded podcast.
Was that what it was?
Mugello's Masked Men.
So they've kept their big payment, but it's gone a bit down a bit.
The heritage payment's gone down, but then McLaren, Red Bull, Williams and Ferrari all received more money for being the first teams to sign the new agreement.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because Mercedes didn't.
That's a good idea.
Mercedes didn't because they were still trying to argue that they should get
the same
all the
payment
stuff.
Ferrari have, yeah.
So they don't really agree with the new regulations something like that.
But at least that's all done. Is that it for Formula 1? I think that is really, isn't it? No. Anything else?
Pierre Gasly. You hear about Pierre Gasly?
No, what?
His house got burgled.
Really?
Yeah, but during the Spanish Grand Prix, his house got burgled.
While he was racing?
While he was racing, because all his family were there.
That's a good point. When you think about it, you know where they're going to be. You know the house is going to be empty. Genius. So you just need
it happens to footballers all the time.
Does it really?
It really does, yeah.
What, they just go and nick it while they're playing? Yeah. Do you think they're running around the pitch going, I bet my window's been smashed in about now. And now they've found the telly. And now
my Rolex is gone.
My Rolex and my other Rolex.
My M3.
And my other Rolex.
Yeah.
Have all been nicked.
Pair of boots has gone.
And they're climbing out the window. They've got my signed shirt.
And he scored. And he scored.
And that's about it. Right, so F1's done.
There wasn't a very interesting week for F1.
It really wasn't.
Only Williams being sold to Doritos.
I've been driving a new motor.
You have?
I've been in the i30N.
How have you found it?
Oh, I love it.
What does N actually stand for?
No idea.
Is that what it means?
No, I'm not entirely sure what it stands for, but they do a performance version. This is the regular N version.
Yeah. I saw that actually, the performance version today.
Did you?
So I knew that you were going to get this i30. Mm-hmm. I didn't know what to actually think of it because I'd never seen one in the flesh properly. And I was driving back down from Yorkshire today. Yorkshire, in the new Festa. And I went past the i30N Performance in the pale blue.
That's a nice colour.
And I was really annoyed because I thought that's quite good looking.
This one I've got is sort of in like graphite grey.
Looks good.
It looks good, but it looks really understated.
It does, yeah.
I would say that's the thinking man's Focus ST.
It's the Japanese Golf.
Korean
Golf.
The Korean Golf. It's a Korean Golf R.
Yeah, there's only one big problem with it.
What?
It's a Hyundai.
What, and the fact...
Every time you say, I have a Hyundai, but...
Oh, but I'm dry. It's a
sporty
version. I can see that.
Good car, though.
Oh, lovely. There's 2 modes on it, so you can put it into race mode, but N mode just sets the car up in angry mode. But
what have you been driving around?
The ride is terrible.
Yes.
So for driving around town or anything like, or just driving in general.
No, but especially where we live, all the country roads. I took the new Fiesta out, and honestly, it's lovely in every single possible way, apart from the ride. It's so bad. But
with the N, you have a custom mode too, so you can then go into the settings and turn everything to angry mode, apart from the steering and the suspension. You can have that in soft gooey mode.
Can you?
Much better. That's how you put it in. So once you've got that set up, it's really nice. I think we should do a road trip of.
We should do, shouldn't we?
What is the best driving road in the UK? Do you think?
Kirkstone Pass. In the Lake District.
Ah, yes.
Between Windermere and Allswater.
I know what you mean, yeah.
And it comes up with V shape and it looks...
I can't say I've ever driven that, but I think we should do. And then there's the Peak District. So you could do a tour. You could do Peak District, Lake District, and then there's that road in the middle of Scotland.
A5?
You wouldn't do the NC 500 because it's too speed Camry.
Yeah, very true. Very beautiful though, but yeah, very speed Camry.
Plus it's too far north. It would just take you forever.
If you want to get good speed, you go to the Fens, because it's all just straight roads.
True. Yeah, but you got the terrifying thing of the dikes either side.
Oh yeah, very true. Very scared of dikes.
Is that a large woman standing by the river going, "Don't go there"? But Betty, no, don't go away. Stay down the river. That's from. I've buggered up.
What was that voice? I was about to say.
That was from. What's it called? Good Morning Vietnam.
Yes.
That was Robin Williams did that in Good Morning Vietnam.
Yeah.
But yeah, you could fall in the dike there. So I think that would be a great road trip for us to do.
We should do that, shouldn't we?
We should.
That'd be really, really
So
fun.
I think we should move on.
Yeah.
And do some motoring news.
Yes, some news. And you know how the world is currently in turmoil at the moment? And everything's going crazy and everything's just crap. I've got some heartwarming news for you this week.
Go on then. What is it?
A dog in Brazil has become a car consultant for Hyundai. I know. Tucson is his name.
Is that why I've got a stray dog in the boot of my car?
Yes. Talk to you from Brazil.
Everywhere.
How nice is that though?
Oh.
I found this stray dog, this guy who owns a Hyundai dealership in Brazil, and he's just brought it in and he's made him an employee.
Tucson?
Yeah, he's got in Tucson.
Isn't
that nice?
That's very
Giving
nice.
the dog some new life. Unfortunately
Since
for a Hyundai...
becoming a member of the Hyundai family, he has received a variety of dapper accessories, including ties and a piece of tuxedo. What do you mean a piece of tuxedo?
So Tucson in a tuxedo.
Oh, well, that's actually quite good news.
That's some nice news. And he looks very happy as well, doesn't he? He's got his little collar on with a special badge on.
What is it? What kind of dog is it?
A stray one.
Is it just a
mongrel
of stuff?
Yeah.
I've got some news from Lincolnshire.
Have you?
Saw a video of a chap driving by a police van.
Yeah.
So this police van was parked on the side of the road.
Right.
And police camera van, yeah. And he got rear-ended, which punted him into someone's garden, which was brilliant. But you see,
what speed was he doing?
I have no idea, but it was a van hitting it. So a van hit the van, which punted him in. I'd love to see the footage of that. I'd love to see the face of the driver. Was he going, oh, or was he going?
A really menacing look on his face. I'm going to get you.
I'm going to hit you. But I thought that was really quite funny.
That is brilliant.
And there was another thing. A police car came out of a junction and hit a Seat Ateca, some sort of small SUV.
Oh, yeah.
I think it was an Ateca, and hit that too. And the driver, the passenger of the Skoda, whatever it is,
Seat thing.
Yeah. Was taken to hospital. So
really?
Police have been up to all sorts
What
of stuff.
What happens to the police when they crash into you?
They pay up.
Do they? Do they take full responsibility?
You claim whiplash, big time.
No, that happened to my dad, you know. My dad accidentally literally dinged, hardly at all, a little Mercedes.
No,
didn't even leave a dent or a mark or anything. And yeah, the guy claimed whiplash on an exceedingly huge amount of money.
There
are some sad people in the world, aren't there?
I'd also like to discuss my up-and-coming rap career.
Okay, God, here we go.
I'd like to talk about the new...
I thought it's been weird having you in the shower recently.
Why have you been near me when I've been near the shower? That's a bit off-putting, if I'm honest, because there is a new Rolls Royce out. It's based on the Dawn.
Oh, is this a silver bullet thing?
This is the silver bullet.
I've seen some photos.
I quite like that.
I quite like it.
Do you actually quite like it? I thought you were going to chastise me for like...
It's got the tan interior and it's got lovely silver exterior.
Yeah.
I think it looks
lovely. It's got a piece of metal that runs down sort of the centre of the car, which it was... what was it called? Sort of blasted aluminium, like milled aluminium that they vapor blasted to make it look really good, and they got a silver bullet in. I think it actually looks really quite good.
Are the shots at it as well with the silver bullet?
No, but I think it looks really quite good. Silver with tan guts is quite nice. Didn't say how much it was going to cost.
A lot.
Probably about 300k, because I think the regular Dawn is 280 something.
Yeah, something like that.
And they didn't say anything about the engine, but the regular Dawn has 563 horsepower out of a 6.6 litre V12.
Oh.
So it could be quite saucy. I don't think they're going to change it. They might breathe on it a little bit, get a bit more horsepower out of it. But other than that,
but it's a great
I quite
looking
like
car.
the look of it.
Great looking car.
Oh, I think it looks great. I'm really, really surprised that you're now in favour of my new rap career, because I like the new Rolls in it. I got the new Royce.
Don't ever say that to me ever again. Never mention that.
What's that?
Yeah, I've got something for you. So,
you said it's got a battery on it.
Yes.
Right.
And it gets worse.
I'm going to read this magazine that I found, Thoroughbred and Classic Cars from 1981, rather than listen to you.
A couple of episodes ago, Charles got very angry at a subscription service from BMW. Very angry. Anyway, Neo, which is like the Chinese version of Kia, is basically launching a battery service where they're leasing batteries for their electric vehicles on a monthly subscription. Everyone's doing it now. I don't understand it. It's like Netflix, but for car batteries.
It's stupid.
It's so stupid. Just buy a car. Just buy a car. If you can't afford it, don't buy it. It's not that difficult.
As my grandmother would say, cut your cloth accordingly.
Exactly. And they're offering 3 different modes of battery. And so you just pay for whichever one you want, for long life battery or Duracell, I don't know what it is. Crap. Absolutely hate it. Hate how you have to pay monthly for a bloody battery in a car. Stupid. Subscription services are not for cars.
You done?
Yes.
Marvellous. Right, what's next?
Oh,
no, this angers me even more.
Oh, no.
This angers me even more.
Have you seen this?
Yes.
Have you ever heard of Lanzati?
No. Any idea? Is that not
not
an island that the holiday makers go to? Oh, it's Lanzarote.
That's Lanzarote. This is their cousin. This is a bankruptcy waiting to happen. It's a car, basically, a car designer. And they've got a lot of McLarens. So they've got like the Senna and the 600 LT. And they're making special editions for the Le Mans. I think it looks brilliant. Racing team and tuner Lizante will produce 7 McLaren conversions to celebrate the 90th anniversary.
LT. The way you've said LT sounds like a Spanish Yorkshireman. LT. Stick a couple of LT. What do you want? Oh, LT.
LT.
You pass me the LT.
Yeah, no, I think this looks brilliant.
Sorry, that was stupid. No, right, okay. Can I explain my issue here? Okay. This is what it will get. Gold ceramic coated heat shields.
I hope you wouldn't see that.
I know. Gold ceramic coated. Why? And a key with the LM25 logo. Gold
What's wrong
switches.
with that? What's wrong with that?
No. Gold switches and pedals with a red and blue racing harness that mimics the F1.
But look at the exterior. Look at the exterior.
And a set of new seats with LM25 written on it. What does that cost?
I guess it costs £120,000.
Yes. On top of the price of each car.
Yeah.
So you go.
It's a special edition.
It's 120. If you were going to make the car, I don't know what does the LT cost, the Spanish Yorkshireman car. Say it's 200 grand. LT. Say it costs 200 grand. You then pay. You got to take it to them and pay 120,000
Yeah, but they can afford to do it. And that'll be worth a lot more than whatever 320 grand you spend on it.
But it's not making the car any better. It's lightening it slightly and adding a little bit more weight with all the gold in it. I'm sorry.
It's not real gold.
I don't care. Why isn't it? It doesn't say mock gold.
Then it'd be £1.2 million, not 120,000.
It's stupid. It's a ridiculous idea. Anyone who does that, who goes, yes, this McLaren is the pinnacle of design. But tell you what, I'm going to spend 120 grand on making it heavier.
What have you got in the news then?
Lanzanti,
I think you've done a very good job there.
Is that all you've got for me?
Gold. No, I've got one more thing. I've got a theory for you, but...
Okay, right. Well, this is quite quick, really. BMW has released pictures of the new M4 and a GT3 version of the M4, so an M4 GT3. It's foul.
It's awful.
It's awful.
It's got 2 kidney beans on the front.
It's got 2 kidney beans there, and then it's got 2 little eyes that just go
it's so
like that.
Stupid.
Terrible looking car. Only good thing about it, 3 litre straight 6 with a 6-speed manual you'll be able to get. Fine. That's what an M car should be. Absolutely fine with that. But God, it looks awful.
It
looks terrible.
It looks so bad.
I didn't mind the GT3 version of it because
it's because you won't see it on the road.
Yeah, exactly.
It won't be up your chuff.
Yeah, you might see it spinning out or being driven by someone with a lot too much money. maybe binning it in a on a gravel trap or something like that. I went to the London Concourse.
Oh, you did, yes.
What day are we on? Yesterday.
Sending lots of photos and making me very jealous.
I know. I saw the Lotus Evija there.
Which has just been put on hold for production.
Why?
I'm guessing because of coronavirus.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
It's not being launched till
But
next
it was
year.
in yellow, and it looked gorgeous.
Really?
It looked
Did it look like a Lamborghini?
Back of it was well, there was a whole show. They have obviously at the concourse event they have like big marques. So they had Ferrari Dino. They had Dinos there. Beautiful collection of Dinos. Some lost marques like Marcos and some other bits and pieces.
Did you feel like Tony Curtis going around all the Dinos?
Oh yes, yeah. What's it? The
Persuaders.
And they had some, and then there was a collection of Lamborghinis. Do you know how little interest I had in them?
Well, you sent me a picture of a Diablo SV.
Yeah, the Diablo SV actually looked quite good.
That looks quite good.
Because I always have liked the Diablo and it had the SV. That looked quite good. I'll make an exception for that. But it was so... Oh, I saw the Callum design car as well there.
Oh, you did,
That looked really good.
Yeah, yeah.
And I love the things that he writes on the fuel filler cap.
Does he?
So on the blue one that they've got, one of the show cars, it's got Rebel on it.
Has it?
Yeah, which I think looked really good.
That's quite
this
cool.
one had Thunder Road on it.
Oh, that's quite cool.
I thought they were. Just little design things like that.
Yeah.
That's what designers are all about.
It's
Just
little things in life,
things
isn't
like
it?
that.
That's what I always tell my girlfriend.
But it was lovely to go to a car show again. It was delightful
Yeah.
to go and have a look around there. Which brought me on to a question. They're talking. There's questions. Will motor shows ever be on? Because with coronavirus, you've got to examine.
About Geneva, weren't they?
They were saying because it obviously didn't go this year. So will they come back? Which I think it would be such a shame if we lost them.
Yeah, so do I.
Because there's just no magic in watching it on YouTube.
No, there isn't.
Absolutely not. You feel like a spectator. But I think if there was ever going to be an argument for a car show, it's Geneva. It's in the centre of the world.
Literally.
So everyone can come to it, exactly. And you can get like big boys coming from the USA.
And you can pay £10 for your coffee as well.
It is expensive. But you have the Detroit Motor Show, which if that died... and you get big car companies, American car companies like GM can afford to ship their stuff to Geneva. Japan, you've got Toyota and Nissan, they can afford to bring their stuff there. Plus, in the heart of Europe, you get all the boutique car companies. So you couldn't imagine...
All the bankruptcies.
Well, exactly. All the bankruptcies can come and examine their show off their new,
and they look
their
awesome.
new debt on wheels.
It's debt on
they
wheels.
Can all come and show it off. But you won't be able to get... Like, Morgan can't go to Shanghai.
No,
they wouldn't
can't.
bother.
No, they wouldn't.
They wouldn't bother going to Shanghai.
But they would.
But they can go to
And
Geneva.
they could drive it there as well.
Exactly. And you get all the major car manufacturers in Europe can all go to this. And then the big boys from other countries can come in anyway.
Exactly.
Marvellous.
In Switzerland, that place where they love cars.
I wouldn't really bother... Well, yeah, exactly. But I wouldn't really bother going to a Tokyo Motor Show or a Shanghai or anything like that. It's just too far away.
Full of JDM.
Too far away. You can all just be in the centre of the world. And that's my rant over about that.
Is it? Well, I've got a new one for you. I've got a theory going from that. The National Trust. Not a member myself, but I do know people who are members of the National Trust.
Yeah.
Have some beautiful areas.
People who drive Freelanders.
People who drive... Like yourself.
Like myself.
Like yourself.
Shot
Shot yourself in the foot there, Charles. Anyway, they've...
Always see them on Freelanders, though. All the stickers down the windscreen.
Or old Defenders.
Old Defenders and Rover 75s.
But the 130 Defenders. There's always a 130 Defender.
130?
Yeah,
really?
the long ones, yeah.
Why long? Okay, fair enough. What are
Anyway,
you suggesting?
The National
about
Trust. The National Trust has lost £200 million because of coronavirus.
Mm-hmm.
All the cafes and shops have shut, basically.
You can't get a fridge magnet for miles.
What are we going to do?
What are you going to do?
Well, the National Trust has loads of beautiful places, doesn't it? And beautiful roads going through these places. And you know how we've mentioned doing crossover rallying? Why don't we do rally crossover in the National Trust?
Oh, right, so they open really their gardens
Yeah.
to rally crossover.
Blenheim Palace, rallying around that.
Yeah. So you get a bit of... Well, because they used that in the Inspector, didn't they?
Yeah, they did.
That supposedly Roman place, that was just Blenheim Palace. Okay, so you could get a bit of gravel of the main driveways.
Yeah.
Bit through the old ancient trees, stuff like that. Hit a few statues.
Yeah.
Donuts down a statue of Wordsworth or something
and
like that.
And we love donuts.
Straight up, absolutely. Oh yeah, if you've seen the video, go and check it out. Some donuts around the Wordsworth statues and various other statues. And then, down lovely avenues of trees. I think
we've saved the National Trust.
We have actually.
Trust me, that would work.
Oh, shut up! But no, the National Trust crossover rallying event.
Yeah.
Because you used to have like the RAC rally and things like that. They only ever
Trust
do it
in
in Wales
rallying.
now.
There you are.
Trust in rallying. Hashtag, that would be the hashtag, trust in rallying.
Yeah.
National trust in rallying. I can really see that, yeah.
Really
That's
brilliant.
a good idea.
Building the National Trust.
Plus,
we'll get a call from the National Trust now.
But if you
saying,
think about
please,
it,
Will and Charles, come and save us.
People who go to National Trust buildings, what do they drive?
Yes.
CX-5s.
Yeah.
BMWs occasionally. Tiguan's.
God, it is just the homeland of crossover cars.
So you can go in, you pay however much, say you get 20 quid a car. You come in there, you can have your cream tea, buy your fridge magnet, do some rallying.
Thank you very much.
Deal.
Thank you.
Who runs the National Trust?
A person.
The person who runs the National Trust.
The person who runs the National Trust, please get in contact.
I bet he's got a beard. Big beard.
Yes. Big lens on his camera as well.
Bushy beard. Oh, absolutely.
Great big bushy
beard.
Socks,
sandals, the whole bit.
Yeah.
That's a great idea. We've saved most of the old houses in...
We've saved half the UK.
Downton Abbey rallying.
Downton Abbey rallying.
Downton Abbey doesn't exist, really, does it? It's
Highclere
Castle, isn't that?
Yeah.
Hugh Bonneville.
He should be the race starter. You know how David Hasselhoff does the Gumball rally
He does,
thing?
yes, he does. You have Hugh Bonneville in full morning dress.
National Trust.
This is some groundbreaking stuff here.
If you're watching this, we would happily
come and do it for you. We'll be the first drivers. We will be the drive-by National Trust crossover rally over
thing. We'll make it more catchy, but that is the idea.
Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Okay, we'll stop rambling on. And
is that a good place to end the news?
Yeah, I think it is a good place to end the news. And now it's time for Drive By Destroy. So,
what have you got for me this week? Because you've done it this week, actually.
I've done it again, and I am very happy with it. I think you'll be quite pleased.
Have you excelled yourself on the James Hunt Formula 1 car selection?
I have. I'd like to introduce you to our Drive By Destroys for this week. The 1939 retro Mercedes-Benz.
That's not retro. That's just full on old.
Vintage. The Mercedes-Benz 770k Grosser Offener Tourer wagon. That car there.
Charles, that's just...
Previous owners include a Mr. Hermann Goering, a Mr. Heinrich Himmler, and a Mr. Adolf Hitler.
Really?
Yes.
Mercedes, you've been targeting a very similar audience.
It'll be interesting to see whether YouTube kicks us off for that. There we go.
Do you take the Third Reich in it?
Yeah, it's very funny.
Indicators that only point towards France.
Poland.
That's a Top Gear quote.
Oh yes, it is, isn't it? Yes, yeah. Anyway, so Mr. Adolf Hitler's previous car. There it is for you.
It's not a bad-looking car.
Second of all, we have the Mercedes 600 Grosser.
So now I'm Imi Adin. Idi Amin.
Idi Amin. Other previous owners: Saddam, Chairman Mao,
which Saddam?
Tito, and the K-pop band that is Kim Il Sung and Kim Jong Il.
Really?
Yeah, they both had that.
For God's sake.
And then we have another K-pop
You never
band.
clarified which Saddam it was.
It's Hussein, obviously. Oh, that's going to get us kicked off too. And then, again, you can sort of see a bit of a theme developing here. We have the Mercedes, again, the Mercedes S-Class, which is a funny thing that I can't remember.
Who drives this one?
Kim Jong Un.
Oh, he's the clientele for this car.
Yeah, the breakout member of the previous K-pop band. Yes, you are.
Mercedes catering for the dictator.
Well, it's interesting because
what is going on here? We'll put it on the screen.
Yeah, obviously you'll be seeing
what is going on here?
Well, you see, you've got the 12 men that run alongside.
Does that
Kim
come
Jong-un.
with the car?
So the proviso to this Drive By Destroy is whatever you do with this car, it comes with the 12 men. And that's appealing to you. So you have the 12 men suited and booted running alongside you, looking like the backing dancers to a K-pop band. There's a lot of K-pop going on here. So that's what we have. So we'll run.
Is it NK pop? North Korea pop.
NK pop.
Which you haven't heard the songs of because they haven't been released from the country.
The Democratic People's Republic of K-pop band. So we'll start with the 770k.
Taken straight off YouTube this week.
This particular car spent its life in Tennessee after 1946, previously captured by the French army and then given to the Americans. Ended up in America.
Interesting, because a lot of Nazis did go to America.
Recently spent most of its life in Scottsdale, Arizona. And was sold from there.
Who drives that car?
Well, a chap owned it who was a tobacco magnate in Tennessee.
Do you think he realised the categorical significance of that car?
He absolutely he did that. He says he put about 40 kilometres on the car, so it's got about 21,000 kilometres on the clock.
And 40.
Straight eight supercharged engine, kicking out 230 brake horsepower. Supercharger was optional.
The previous owner was a man on a mission.
He got into Poland very quickly. So there we go. So that's Adolf's car for you. So you can choose that if you want. And then we have the 600 Grocer, driven by pretty much everybody in the world.
Yeah, great looking car.
4 tons of car.
It's so cool.
It is a cool.
There's nothing
car.
uncool about that car.
They had to increase the size of the badge by 20% because it was so big. Otherwise, it would have looked out of proportion. Yep. Previous owners also say sedan.
Castro, what's his name? Fidel Castro had one of those, and he had a special drawer for all his cigars.
Oh, really?
And Mercedes made him a cigar cutter for the car.
They really
cool fact.
And I mean, Mercedes say about Kim Jong Un's car, they go, "Oh, I have no idea how they get in there." Do they not think this is going to be driven by a dictator, or maybe just stop making it? But there we go. So of the Grocers, 2,677 were made, 40 were armoured.
Really, that all?
And to be fair, a 6.3 litre V8 in it. It's a good-looking car.
It's a great car. I'd have one of those.
If you're going to be a dictator, you'd have one of them.
Like I'm the dictator of this podcast, so I'd have one of those now.
You need the appropriate moustache.
I can't grow moustaches, as we've seen from last November.
Yeah, exactly.
No photos will be taken.
And then we've got Kim Jong Un's breakaway K-pop star of a car. The long wheelbase Mercedes, 500 grand these cost, £500,000.
Really? Do you know what? I thought they'd be more than that.
21 feet long, same length as the Grocer.
How long is Trump's beast thing? Not his actual beast, but his car, the beast.
I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm not sure Donald Trump's packing much of a beast, if I'm honest. But I don't think I've thought about it all that much.
No.
Bulletproof floors, windows. Take AK-47 fire if it wants to. And then I was reading about how they get in, how they get them there.
Oh,
how
what, actually into North Korea?
Because they won't export them there.
No.
So I read that.
I'm amazed you've actually got a photo of it.
One of these particular cars was shipped to Japan, then the ship appeared in South Korea, then went to Russia where it was supposedly carrying coal, and then appeared in South Korean
carrying
waters
what?
again. Coal.
Coal?
Yeah, which I assume is what.
It's a very environmentally friendly car.
Absolutely. 2 turboed V12, 523 horsepower, 664 pounds-feet of torque.
Previous owner, Greta Thunberg.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, no, like we said, that runs on Greta Thunberg, doesn't it? It really does. So there are our cars. I also brought out some honourable mentions of cars.
Oh, dictator honourable mentions.
Honourable mentions of cars I could have included, but the big ones were all the Mercs, so I thought, why not? That is Colonel Gaddafi's specially commissioned electric Fiat 500 with no doors on it.
That looks like it's been taken straight out of Call of Duty.
It does, actually, yeah, it does. That, you see some rebels pushing it there.
How cool would that be to race with the National Trust?
Oh, exactly. Oh, yeah, that's a good idea,
quite cool,
actually.
wouldn't it?
But, I mean, Colonel Gaddafi did some terrible things.
Yeah.
He was not a nice man. But I'll give him a pass on his motoring choices because that is quite cool. I love the no doors and the teak arrangement going on there.
I've just noticed something.
Why?
He's got the same wheels on that car that I've got on my Fiesta.
Can't they're almost like
And he's got the red
calipers on that. He's got what are they called? Cup twos? Are they cup twos?
No, calibers. They're the tyres on my car.
Oh yes, you cup two. Yeah, well, it looks a bit like it. Yeah, the caliber.
Any thieves come on
or something like that. Yeah, you can make them up.
Lovely.
Look at that. That's awesome. Big fan of that. And then other honourable mentions.
That's brilliant.
Was Joseph Stalin's ZIS 115.
Is that what it's called?
Exactly.
I've always wondered what it's called.
It was interestingly.
What was the grill modelled off there, Charles?
Funny you should say that because it was a reverse engineered version of the 1942 Packard Super 8. So they nicked one and then re-engineered it and came up with it as their own core. And of course, what else are we going to include except the honky red flag, beloved by the man himself, Chairman Mao. Right there.
What a man.
We've talked about the honky at length in previous episodes, but the older version I included there. So,
is it my turn to go first?
What will you be doing with that
this week?
Hitler's 770K.
Yeah.
Kim Jong Un's S-Class thingy and the Grocer. What are you doing?
Right.
Would you like me to go first?
No, I'll go first.
No? Okay.
I think I know what I'm going to do.
Really?
Yeah. So I'm going to be driving Kim Jong Un's.
S-Class.
Yeah. because I want to just have the special formation of the men around my car.
Yeah, but hang on, what about when you're going down the M1?
They're going to have to turn to Usain Bolt. I hire a load of Usain Bolts alongside so they can keep
Korean
up.
Usain Bolt?
Yeah.
Fair enough.
They probably have one hidden away somewhere, don't they, in North Korea?
Yeah, probably. Yeah, there's someone in an internment camp there that would fit the bill. God, that's a bit dark, really, isn't it? Carry on.
I need some more light-hearted news to bring up this Drive by Destroy, don't I?
No. I think this is good.
So therefore, I would buy the Grocer because I think it's really cool.
It is a cool car.
It's a really cool car.
That would stack up well.
And you feel a bit cool.
With the air horn
driving that
around
as well. Obviously, I'd be destroying Hitler's car because it just deserves to be destroyed. Not like, a lot of history you should kind of keep. That should just kind of go on the slip. I think that should just go away.
Fair enough. Okay.
Probably very politically correct there, actually.
What, to say that?
Yeah.
I would go the other way. Would
you not drive Hitler's car?
I'd drive the Hitler wagon. I'd drive his car.
Do you have a special man in the back to give you signals?
What?
Don't die!
Oh, I was going to do it then. I was going to do the arm movement if you're just listening to this. I was about to do that.
No, you weren't.
But in a directional way. Absolutely nothing to do with any right-wing connotations there. So I would drive the 770k because I'd just quite like to drive it.
Was that really?
Yeah. What was that? That was very meek of
you. You're not going to destroy it?
No, I'm not going to destroy it because I just quite like to have a go in it.
I'd go in
it. I would like to buy, like yourself, the 600 Grocer because it's just, like you say, really, really cool. Would you have an armoured version?
Pardon?
Would you have the armoured version?
Yes.
Or would you like a more sporty, lighter one?
No, I'd have the armoured version.
Yeah? Okay.
I get a lot of hate at the moment, so I just...
Yeah, fair enough. No, and then I would be destroying Kim Jong Un. Oh, but hang on, what happens to the men? Do they get shot?
Yeah, they come with the car, and when it goes to the scrapyard, they also get turned into boxes and go make tyre, carpet under matting.
I think I'd release them into the wild, release them back into the wild to run alongside other people's cars going down A road.
Just see a Range Rover going down the A road.
You're free. It's just sort of one bloke running behind it, going. Maybe they'd stick together. Maybe they have to go and find another dictator to go and run.
They come as a package.
Yes, I think they probably do.
Yeah, they do.
It's
a package deal.
What a load of crap.
You can have the 13th man for when the other one gets tired.
Yeah, the 13th man. Yeah, you keep him in the boot. You keep him in the boot. You assemble him, and then okay, fair. Oh, imagine if you had a puncture though. You just sit in the back, wouldn't you? I've got 12 blokes to sort this out. Carry on, fellas. You just drive around driving over massive potholes, waiting for them to lift the car up for you. So I would be buying the Grocer. Driving the Goering wagon. The Goering wagon.
The Herman wagon.
The Herman. I can't think of anything funny there. I'm telling you, this is the stupidest thing we've ever done.
Probably the most politically incorrect as well.
It is, yeah. And then I'd be destroying Kim Jong Un's car just to see the look on his face. Probably wouldn't change that much. But
he's got a very stable face.
Interesting,
wasn't he?
He's not got a stable government.
No, he hasn't actually.
So,
actually, tells the world he has.
Out of the honourable mentions, what would you choose? 500, the Zis, and the Honky.
Oh, definitely the 500.
You buy the Honky. Buy the 500.
The 500, yeah.
I would too, actually.
It looks really cool, and the car without doors just looks so much better.
I would, I think it does here with the teak.
And I think the really gold on it and the whole colour scheme was really good.
It looks really good.
It's a shame it was owned by Gaddafi.
Yeah, that's
I was going to say some expletives.
Maybe get one of his. Maybe he keeps one of his golden weapons in the glove box because he had a lot of golden weapons apparently.
Oh, maybe yeah.
So
he is the man with the golden gun. Was the man with the golden gun.
Was the man with the golden gun before he got murdered.
Yeah.
Anyway, So I would buy the 500 because I love a 500, especially an electric one. Fair play to Gaddafi.
I saw it.
It was quite. Hang on, I no. Please let me clarify when I say fair play to Gaddafi. What I'm actually, he did have his eye on the future with a bit of electric car going on there, so I'll admit that.
He's a terrible man, though.
Yeah, no, I'm not trying to say that Gaddafi is a nice bloke, but smart choice with the Fiat 500. That's all I'm going to say. I drive the Honky. Because you would, and I think that awful Russian thing needs to be destroyed.
Oh, it's horrible.
It just looked terrible. So that's what I do with the honourable mentions.
I do the same as you.
So next week we're going to pick, I don't know, modern dictators or something like that.
We'll have massive red dots here.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. Who else? We're going to pick murderers' cars next week.
The Crays. The Craze.
The Craze car.
The Craze car.
We could do that, actually, to be fair.
The Yorkshire Ripper's car.
420G they had, didn't they? Had some 420G Jag. What else is
the Yorkshire Ripper, he was a murderer.
He took Reliant Robin, didn't he? Yorkshire. Anyway, bit of a difficulty to get away from the police. Anyway, oh God, we've really got to stop this. Let's stop this. Stop this. We'll carry on. Right, thank you very much for watching this instalment of Dictators.
Thank you very much. I thoroughly enjoyed this week.
God knows what we're going to put the title as this week. They can't include anything. So thank you very much for that. Anything else? Yeah, if you haven't seen the Donuts in the Jaguar F-Pace video, go and give that a watch.
They were some cracking donuts that you managed to do there.
A like and subscribe would be very helpful as well.
Good YouTube chat.
Absolutely. We've got an unboxing video coming up for you too. You'll see. You'll have already seen it. The unboxing video, you'd have seen that, hopefully.
Smooth.
And if you haven't seen it, go and watch it. There we go. Thank you very much for tuning in to the Drive By podcast.
Yes, thank you very much.
We'll see you next week. Thank you and goodbye.